What if the book of Romans contained a message far deeper than any sermon, lecture, or study guide has revealed? A message carefully woven, hidden in plain sight, a map of grace that has quietly shaped the course of faith for centuries. Scholars have debated it, theologians have taught it, yet the full picture remains unseen by most. Paul's words were not simply letters to a distant church, they were a coded guide, a secret structure embedded within Scripture itself. And today, for the first time, we will trace it from beginning to end, uncovering connections that could transform the way you understand faith, hope, and mercy. Today, we will journey through Romans, chapter by chapter, tracing a pattern that has been overlooked, a carefully concealed guide to grace that whispers through every verse. This is more than theology. It is a story of human longing, divine purpose, and a blueprint quietly shaping faith across generations. Each passage, each word, holds a key, and by the end of this hour, you will see connections that have remained invisible to most, connections that reveal the fullness of grace in ways rarely imagined. Prepare to witness Romans as a living map, unfolding step by step, leading to discoveries that could forever change your understanding of Scripture. The hidden foundations of grace. Romans opens not with a casual greeting, but with an urgent, deliberate statement. Paul's words immediately expose human frailty, the longing for purpose, and the tension between our desires and our limitations. He presents humanity at its most vulnerable, caught between striving for righteousness and the reality of imperfection. Each verse is a mirror, reflecting the struggles we face across generations. Then comes Abraham, standing at the intersection of faith and divine promise, a figure whose story predates law and judgment. His life is painted with choices that demanded trust, patience, and obedience, a living illustration of how grace intersects with action. Why did Paul place Abraham at the forefront? Perhaps because he embodies the principle that faith itself becomes the conduit of grace, a bridge between human effort and divine favor. Visualize Abraham wandering endless terrains, maps of ancient lands overlaying his path, the stars above aligning with the covenant promises. Imagine Scripture verses emerging like hidden signals, revealing an intricate pattern that links human faith to divine mercy. These chapters are more than theology. They are a blueprint in embryo, whispering hints of a greater structure that will unfold in the following passages. As we move through these foundational chapters, one cannot help but wonder, how does this early depiction of grace resonate in our lives today? Can we recognize the quiet, unseen patterns of mercy guiding our choices and our understanding of faith? And already, a subtle thread appears, connecting the foundation laid here to a larger, almost imperceptible architecture that will soon reveal itself. Which insight from Romans 1-4 challenges the way you see grace? Share your thoughts below as we continue this journey. Grace that transforms life. As the narrative unfolds, the focus shifts from foundational understanding to transformation in action. Romans 5 introduces a radical idea. Peace and hope are not earned, but received. Justification through faith is not theoretical. It becomes the engine for personal renewal, a force that reshapes perception, decision-making, and relationships. Human struggle remains central. Tension between weakness and aspiration, the conflict between desire and discipline, the silent battles fought within hearts. Yet, through these chapters, the Spirit is presented as an active presence, guiding, strengthening, and reshaping the internal landscape. Consider the imagery of flowcharts overlaying the law and grace, arrows depicting conflict and resolution, verses appearing like beacons of clarity amidst a storm of doubt. Why did Paul emphasize this tension? Perhaps to show that grace is not passive, it transforms, challenges, and demands engagement. And here lies an enduring question. What does it truly mean to live under grace? To allow mercy to influence every choice, every interaction, every intention? As these chapters progress, the narrative repeatedly circles back to hope, illustrating its resilience even amid adversity. And while transformation is central, a larger design is hinted at. Chapters to come will expand from personal change to divine orchestration, showing a blueprint that is both individual and cosmic. Later, we will encounter chapters that reveal God's larger strategy, a structure connecting faith, mercy, and destiny in ways that will challenge conventional understanding. If this section helped you see grace as an active force, tap the like button. Which transformation resonates with your journey? The hidden plan revealed. In Romans 9:11, perspective widens dramatically. Paul shifts from individual transformation to a cosmic lens, exploring God's choice, mercy, and the mysterious unfolding of divine purpose. The narrative now grapples with the tension between human understanding and divine design, illustrating a plan that is intricate, precise, and quietly powerful. Grace is present throughout, acting as a connective tissue between choice and outcome, freedom and guidance, mercy and justice. Visualize maps of Israel with branching paths, symbolizing human decisions, constellations appearing as metaphors for divine timing, verses glowing as if to mark the hidden intersections of plan and action. How does God's mercy operate alongside human responsibility? In what ways does this blueprint connect past generations to our present choices? The complexity is undeniable, yet the structure is consistent. Each chapter threads together faith, patience, and divine sovereignty, revealing a pattern that connects all preceding lessons with the promise of application in the concluding chapters. Here, Paul invites reflection. How does understanding divine orchestration influence our daily choices? How does knowledge of a hidden plan deepen trust and encourage alignment with the flow of grace? These chapters form a bridge, linking theoretical understanding with tangible practice, preparing the reader for the final revelation of Romans 12:16. Which part of Romans 9:11 has reshaped your understanding of God's plan? Comment below and join the conversation. Applying grace in everyday life. The concluding chapters of Romans bring the abstract into concrete form. Romans 12-16 show grace as a living guide, manifesting in humility, service, love, and forgiveness. What was once theory becomes action. What was once observation becomes participation. The blueprint is no longer hidden. It is applied, experienced, and enacted. Modern-day imagery illustrates these principles. Communities engaged in service, individuals practicing compassion, moments of quiet moral courage, all underlined by Scripture, verses that illuminate the principles in practice. How does grace guide decisions when confronted with challenge? How does mercy transform relationships, influence leadership, or shape personal integrity? The final chapters emphasize continuity. The lessons of faith, the principles of hope, and the dynamics of divine orchestration converge, forming a coherent, living structure. The blueprint that began with Abraham now finds expression in everyday life, revealing that grace is both foundation and guide, promise and practice, theory and reality. How can you live out the principles of Romans in your own life? Comment your reflections below and share this journey with others seeking insight. As our journey through Romans draws to a close, the patterns we have traced across each chapter begin to reveal their full magnitude. From the earliest verses exposing human vulnerability, desire, and imperfection, to the lessons Abraham modeled centuries ago, we have witnessed a story that moves beyond mere words. Every passage, every carefully chosen phrase has quietly contributed to a design, a blueprint of grace that has remained hidden, waiting for eyes willing to see and hearts willing to understand. We have seen how grace is not a distant concept, reserved for moments of ritual or formal study. It is present in the subtle tension between human weakness and divine strength, in the hope that persists even amid failure, in the guidance offered when life's choices seem overwhelming. Each chapter builds upon the last, forming a framework that connects faith to action, mercy to responsibility, promise to fulfillment. Romans 1-4 laid the foundation, revealing that grace has always been at the core of human longing and divine interaction. Romans 5-8 showed us transformation in motion, how hope, peace, and justification through faith actively reshape life when embraced. Romans 9-11 expanded our perspective, connecting personal experience to the broader orchestration of God's purpose, illustrating how mercy and choice intersect in ways beyond comprehension. And finally, Romans 12-16 made the blueprint tangible, showing grace as a living principle applied through love, service, humility, and forgiveness. Ask yourself now, how does this blueprint resonate in your own life? Can the threads of grace we have uncovered guide your decisions, your relationships, your moments of doubt and courage? Have you considered that what seemed like ordinary passages may in fact hold the instructions to live fully aligned with divine purpose? If this journey has shifted your understanding, if it has sparked new insight or reflection, the next step is yours. Subscribe to continue uncovering these hidden treasures within Scripture. Share this video with others who are seeking deeper understanding, who are curious about the hidden structures quietly guiding faith, hope, and mercy across time.